Hey, Dr. Claw, how's it going? How's the audio? Is it balanced between my voice and the game, or is one blaring over the other? Green Devil, what's going on? Yeah, anime. I think what's happening is GB Studio is allowing developers to spend more time making a game than it is to, more time making a game than they are coding stuff, which is a good thing. Obviously, it's a compliment. So I think that's why we're seeing a lot more Game Boy Color games out there now, just because there's more tools to be able to do it. Alright, I just turned the game audio up a little bit. Let's go right into new game and try this thing out. It just made me think of Raven Quest. I don't know why. Yeah, Green Devil, I've never said anything negative about Broke Studio. The releases have been good. Right, I think... So I am playing via Mister with Mick Iver's NES to USB controller via an NES controller, which I think is just a great way to play Game Boy games in general. Maybe I need to reset buttons here. That work? I can't tell. Let me try this again. No, so B is doing nothing. I just wanted to double check I wasn't missing like a sword throw or something, but... Don't pee into the wind. Oh no, watch your step. Okay, gotcha. Now I'm just ahead. I don't know what save and rest means. Maybe that's like power up. I'm still just ahead though. Hey, Ian, thank you so much for the super chat. That's really nice of you, man. I really appreciate it. Stuff like that's what's kind of keeping all this going. And let's see, just for you, let's see if there's something I can do. Very just for Ian. Here we go. A little wider. A little wider for Ian here. Let's, how's that? We'll play it a little bit wider aspect ratio. Just for Ian. When's your next video coming out, man? It's been a while, right? I'm gonna be really embarrassed if you came out with a video yesterday and I just missed it or something. Okay, so interesting. Start didn't work at all before, but it does now. So that's good. That's like... That's pretty cool. Because I had nothing to look at before, so... Yeah, that makes sense. Ian's got 5 scripts written, but hasn't been home to film. Ah, man. You know what's funny? This time, Ian, stretching the screen like this makes it feel like you're playing on Super Game Boy. Let me switch it back for people to see. So that's about what it would have been on the Super Game Boy. And, vertical integer, and then I'll Broke Studio was nice enough to send me these overlays, so I figured I have to use it. Makes my stream look prettier. Zenku, did I say that right? Zenaku, Zenku? I'm sorry if I didn't. I'm trying to figure that out for myself, but that's kind of what I really like about games, is that most of the time they're very subjective. So sometimes there's just some broken-ass games, but I think this is fun so far. 2 minutes into it or whatever, but, you know, it's really up to you. Music's kind of catchy. Gameplay feels nice. It doesn't feel sticky or anything or weird. Yeah, I mean, basically, I like what I see so far, definitely. And make it all the way up there? Oh, that little ledge. Okay. Yeah, funny enough, I've had this ROM sitting on my desktop for over a week now, and I just hadn't had a chance to play it. And then the creator of the game reached out, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I've actually been wanting to play your game even since before that. Didn't I already select it? Oh, I didn't hit the right button. Okay. Hey, Wayne. Yeah, exactly that. Still not quite understanding how to Naval stuff. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's kind of neat. So hold up plus B like it said, and you get like a... Oh, but it uses up that skill meter up top underneath the hearts. Interesting. Is it gonna be like Castlevania where I can swipe candles? No clue if that was the right move. I'm just guessing here. Was there something people were complaining about with the GB Studio platforming? I mean, so I guess that's definitely a point of contention if you want to buy or not. If you like the way the GB Studio platforming feels, which I don't have any complaints. It's just not the best I've ever felt, but it's not even remotely close to the worst. I'm totally okay with it. So if you'd like it, then you would like this game, and if you don't, then you probably wouldn't. But once again, I love the stuff that's opinion-based. You could completely disagree with me, and you're still right. Tricky jumps, huh? Nice. I like a good challenging jump that's realistic. I just don't like it when it's over the top, crazy, hard to figure out. And is that yeah. Alright. There we go. That wasn't the most satisfying kill. Let's keep going. Let's see how the enemies are as it progresses, though. Oops. So that's interesting. When you fall down in a hole like that, it brings you back to a reasonably close place. I guess that's a matter of preference. I know some people prefer, you know, you have your save points and you go from there, and others prefer this way. Here? Not yet. Alright. Down here. Well, I mean, that's a good point, right? You have to know how to use the tool to make something feel right. But I mean, that's kind of like everything else in life, right? You put a hammer in a friend of mine's hands and he could build you something that looks like a work of art. He could build you a house. You put a hammer in my hands, I could smash shit with it. That's about it. I'm not, some tools I'm very good with, others not so much. So, you know, that makes sense. I personally don't find this too floaty. I think this is good. The only complaint I have is it's not very satisfying when you kill an enemy. You know, it almost like feels like you're getting hit when you hit an enemy. I don't think it's too heavy, but once again, that's a matter of opinion. You're absolutely welcome to think whatever you want. But what I'd like to know is, how do I get here? They're like... Is that even where I'm supposed to go? Or am I supposed to be backtracking? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look at this. Well, Zuck, I do appreciate you sharing the opinion, though, because now it's something I'll definitely look for when I see, or when I play games that are GB Studio. But this one so far has been great. No complaints. At least no complaints in the controls, certainly. But, like, watch that. The whole screen shook when I hit this guy, and it feels like I'm dying, not he's dying. And I somehow lost a little bit more life on that. This is also still an alpha as well, so... You know, Wayne, I'm not at all a programmer. I wish Chris was here to explain some of this stuff to us. But I would guess that you could use it either way. You could dig into the code, or if you wanted to, you could just sit in the GUI mode. Yeah, Lily, good point. That's Lily with one L. Sorry, I don't know why I keep always spelling it with two, but yeah, I mean that's exactly what it's like in this game. As soon as you fall down, you lose one of your hearts, so that's perfect. Larson, are you one of the creators? Or are you just somebody that took the time to read the instructions unlike me? Alright, I just knew you from the your Twitter handle. Oh, but you use up... There's a finite amount of arrows. Okay, gotcha. Hey, Dan, thank you so much for the super chat. This is actually being played on a Mister. I thought it was the easiest to do it this way. And obviously I'm a big fan of Mister. So I just thought this was... just the easiest way to jump in and start playing the game. And so far it's been great. I'm also using Mick Guyver's NES to USB controller adapter and a real NES controller. Larson, will the ROM of this game be sold as well? I know I looked at the Kickstarter a couple days ago, but I forgot. I'm sorry. It's been a long couple of days. Yeah, Game Boy Color. Sorry, Game Boy Color. Oh, Shrimp said it thought this was Game Boy Advance for a second. It looks great. Yeah, it does look great. So if I hit save and rest, does that mean I get my lives back? Yes. Okay. That's absolutely awesome to hear there's a ROM-only option, because while, I mean, Proc Studio, they put out great stuff, complete in box, looks great, some people just don't have the space for it, or some people would really want to support the developer, but might not have all that extra cash, so having a ROM option is great. Oop, shit. Hey, Cola, how's it going? Thanks for the tips, Larson. Much appreciated. I'm going to mess around with this for probably another hour. And I'm generally not great at games, so I don't imagine I'll get far, but this is fun so far. Zuckwers, and am I saying the name right? I'm really sorry if I'm not. But, yeah, this is, you could download this alpha, I think, right from their main page. Z sound to start. So Zuckers. Okay. I always feel bad when I get people's names wrong, and you know, sometimes if I want to be insulting, you'll know. But I never intentionally get people's names wrong. I'd rather just be more to the point and explain to somebody why I'm pissed at them, not call them the wrong name. I was just trying to trying out the dash to see how that would go. So that's the same speed and the same jump height as if I dash. That's just what I wanted to double check. Ah, thanks, suckers. Hey, Bowie. There we go. I knew there was like a hidden-ish spot up here I was missing. You could also jump on enemies to damage or stun them. Okay, that's good to know. Oop. Good question, Ragnarok. Are the enemy hit effects final, or will they change in the final version? Is this just the alpha? Because that's the one thing that just doesn't quite feel natural yet. And I know I'm nitpicking. I do realize that I'm complaining about something that's so far been 99% awesome, and something that I could never accomplish on my own. But I just, ooh, that was a creative way to get back around the map like that, see? But, you know, I was just kind of curious, because this is the one thing that's a little, the enemy hit and the hit detection was a little different than I'd expected. Oh, dummy. My fault. Dan, this is an even more impressive fast food themed Game Boy Color game than Grimace's birthday. The King's crown won't be fallen for long. Only if BK's food was as good as their programming. That's funny. Do I jump on it, or do I just swing at the wrong moment here? It's a skull. It's a skull with a hat, Cyber. Oh wow, that enemy took a lot of life, huh? Or was I low and didn't even realize it? Hey, Cyber. Uh-oh, it's back? I'm just gonna keep running. So I think I have more than one elixir in here. Okay. Yeah, alright. That's what I thought. There's more than one. I wonder if there's any downside to saving and resting. Do you lose anything? Does something get taken away? I know this is a small thing, but this is so fluid, moving this like mouse cursor around with the D-pad. I just had to go back and do it again because it was just impressive. Sure, I'll shard it. Why not? I wonder if this means I get all my energy back now, or if I have it saved in my... Good, that's exactly what I was hoping for. Alright. Sorry, swig of my Gatorade. Astrodome, brand new game. The developer was in the chat for a while, but I think I have to go back to work. Wayne, does it actually say it's coming out August of next year? Oh, Larson, you're still in. Cool. So, Larson, why a year? Are you just doing the opposite of every other Kickstarter campaign ever and giving a realistic expectation of when the game's going to be finished? I love it when people are like, oh yeah, game's going to be done in a week and a half, delivered to your door. It's like, no, it's not. That's not how production works, ever. So at least I like a good realistic expectations. Yes, agreed, Suckers. Thank you for going with a good publisher that doesn't put games on junky bootleg carts. Definitely agree with you there. That's kind of cool. I like the training practice area. With this bigger sword, jumping and swiping, you have to press both buttons at the exact same time. You can't jump and then press the button. Like here's A, B, A, B. Whereas A and B at the same time. I'm not sure if I like it or dislike it, but that's just preference. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, the knight armor is very funny. Oh, how do I get out of here? Oh, it wasn't going and then it was. Huh, oh well, it's alpha. Mikhail, I believe this is Game Boy Color only. Well, Dan, I think what he meant was, sorry, I don't mean to speak for you, Mikhail, but I think what he meant was, is this going to be like the black cartridge Game Boy Color games that can play on Game Boy Color because it has the other modes in it, or is this going to only be Game Boy Color? And that's a good question. Yeah, a DX game. Thanks, Dan. Oh yeah, Wayne, all the time. I've been Game Boy ROM carts. I've been using that to test Crix's first Game Boy EverDrive. I mean, heck, I think the Super Game Boy part of the website was done before Crix even came out with that. Actually, I'm pretty sure of that. I need a backlit GBA or GBC now. Just another reason to get one. Yeah, well, you know where to go to figure out which one you want. Macho Nacho. Go right over to Tito's YouTube channel and see what's the best one that he's been using for now. That's funny. Waiting for the original Game Boy version of the RGB blaster so you could output all 8 shades of gray in RGB. That's funny. Oh, damn. That was my fault. That wasn't a game glitch. I was just reading the chat and hit the button by accident. In these exploration-based games, I'm always curious what's in both directions. Because sometimes, like, I always wonder, is it one of these things where if I just go left for one room, I'll find something awesome? Or it looks like I can't go anywhere because the door's closed. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Like if you go up into a hidden corner, you get like a free heart container. Yeah, the enemy hit stuff though. That's my only complaint so far is just because it's like, oh look, I think there's a 3 next to it. Let me use item. Okay, and now there's a 2 next to it. Perfect. That's great. But like, you know, just for me, right? There's a bat that's now kicking my ass. Like it took all my life again, and I have this giant ass sword that I just got. Should I just cut that bat right in half? Oh, for fuck's sake. No, get out of here. There's a lot of great games where a giant part of the strategy is avoiding the enemies as opposed to fighting them. And I prefer ones where they're more action-based, where you get really satisfied just smashing the hell out of whatever you got. Did I already go right here? I can't remember. Yeah, it's the shopkeeper. Okay. Also, every time I see these stairs, I want to press diagonal up, just like in Castlevania. And this game is in no way at all a Castlevania ripoff. But there's just certain things that are burned into your brain if you're an old man gamer like me, where it's like, you see the fire in the background and you want to swipe at it with your sword. Like, there's just so many little tiny things like that, like press diagonal when you see diagonal staircases. So where do I go from here? I feel like the answer's up. Oh, is this a glitch? I don't know what that was. Oh. It is sometimes hard to figure out which platforms I could walk on and which I can't. Because those brown ones in the background, doesn't that look like I should be able to walk over it somehow? There's definitely, you know, and by the way, the creator already said this was an alpha. There's a bunch of places that you could walk on that you're not supposed to. Like, I'm just in midair right now. Hey, the real Phoenix, how's it going? Let me see if this is a Mr. setting, though. Let me see what I got here. Alright, let's try this. I think I definitely like it better corrected, but we'll see. Yeah, because like this one... Oh, no. Okay. Hey, Daniel. Oh, awesome. Congrats on the Virtual Boy ribbon cable. How can I get up here? Feel like I hidden something to stand on? Funny, I stopped losing life when I fall now. This might be the end of the demo. Anybody have any thoughts on this? Am I missing something? Should I try to go somewhere else? Okay, so cannot exit there, can't go any farther. That happened before in the shopkeeper though, so let me just go back and see. This is being played on a Mister with an original NES controller and MacGyver's NES to USB super low latency adapter. That looks like a ladder, but I can't climb up it. Wonder, is my armor messing with me or something? Do I need to go back to the hat? Ah, you could jump higher with the other armor. Okay. So we are nearing the total end of the demo. Well, it's going to be a shorter stream than I thought, but this is still very cool. Well, I guess this is basically it. So this explains why the launch date is a year from now, but I think this game's got a ton of promise. I like the controls a lot. It kept me interested this entire time. Every time I'm walking somewhere, I'm not frustrated. I'm just kind of wondering where to go and what to do next. There are some definite glitches. Like right now, I'm just standing in midair. But I really like this. I think this has got a lot of promise. And, I would certainly be comfortable backing it, knowing that when you back an uncompleted game like this, there's always a chance you're not going to get a game. And I think it would be, I don't know. I feel like this one would be worth the gamble for me. But it's up to you. If you disagree, that's totally cool. That's what I love about this stuff. No wrong answer. Master Saver, what's going on? We are almost done with this. Let me try backtracking for one thing, though, just because I thought that was kind of neat. Especially because the power meter seems to have glitched out, so I don't get penalized for shooting arrows. Thoughts on the Pixel FX announcement? I think Dan and Christoph's hardware has always spoken for itself, and I don't think this is going to be any different. Obviously, that's a compliment. And not an insult. I mean, their stuff's been awesome, and I think it's going to be, I think it's going to live up to exactly the hype that they wanted for it. The announcement itself was a bit, odd, though. Yeah, so this is the spot I got stuck in before, and I just somehow got out of it. Yeah. Okay, I had to go into the menu, pause to get out. Interesting. Okay, so pressing up and down here, this one didn't work, and this is the one that said the elevator was dead. Someone stole the damn lever again, but the lever's here. Oh, but you could crawl down. Okay. Oh, but then you just die right there. Alright. Well, I'll backtrack a tiny bit more before calling it, but if anybody wants me to try anything or do anything, I think I glitched the game now, so there's infinite hearts and infinite arrows. Oh, no, there it goes. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Broke Studio, thanks for swinging by. I've been having a great time with this. I really thought it was good. I think I got to the end of wherever the game is at in its current state, and now I'm just backtracking just to kind of give anybody who just joined a view of what the game was, before this part. But I liked it. I think it's got a lot of promise, and I think having a very realistic launch date is important. If you said, like, with all respect, if you were like, oh yeah, this game's shipping in September, it'd be like, I don't think so. But next year, yeah, not only do I think it's gonna work, I think it's probably gonna be an awesome game. Oh, and that's where I hit that to go back here. All right. And I think that was basically it. This is where we started out the game. The door closed behind us. So yeah, I'm calling this one something that looks absolutely awesome, and I'm definitely going to be happy to back it and hope for the best. Go through that door. That's just the save from before. All right, well, this was kind of a short stream. I usually go for a lot longer doing much nerdier things, but I think this was awesome. Let me just see. Let me see if the save functionality is working for anybody that wants to try it. Just out of curiosity. Hey, thanks again for the super chat, Dan. Much appreciated. So autosave on. I don't know why I didn't have that saved. And I did really like it better with the other settings. I liked it better with GBC colors corrected and frame blend on. I thought that, I did think that looked a little bit better. That's the great thing about Mister. Use whatever works for you. Save settings, and then let me reset the game and see if we could, Oh, Dan, I like most bad jokes, so don't worry. I had a friend that used to, every time we got drunk, he would just want to tell the worst jokes. And the first 5 times he told them, they were so bad. They were more painful than the beginning of that Pixel FX video this morning. But, like, by the time he told them the 10th time, over the course of a couple of months, like, people who had heard him before, they knew what was coming. So we got to kind of watch everybody else's face around us as he's telling these horrible jokes. And then they became funny. So the only other suggestion, which I'm positive the developer would have already thought of, but the only other suggestion would be that you have slots. So continue game 1, continue game 2. That way, if multiple people are playing the game, or if you're like me, and when I was playing Super Metroid as a kid, whenever I got to an interesting part, I would copy the save game file to another one in case I wanted to go back to that. Yeah. I have not seen the Norm Macdonald moth bit, but I will look that up. Alright, well, honestly, I call this one a win. It looks good, it sounds good, and I think there's nothing but potential for this. So, honestly, this is a great one. I'm going to write up the post right now and just tell everybody my thoughts. And my posts are always the same. It's I try very hard to stick to very quick facts up top, links to whatever you need, and then my thoughts below. That way, if you don't care at all what I think, you don't have to read it. But if you do, the thoughts are below. But honestly, this just seems like it's got a ton of potential, and you're funding a developer that's making a good game. You're also funding Broke Studio, who I've talked about quite a bit in the roundups, who always delivers good products. I've bought quite a few of theirs. So yeah, this is nothing but a positive stream for this one. So well, thank you for the super chats. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for everybody for making stuff like this. And I will probably see you this weekend for another stream, but if not, definitely on Tuesday. So awesome to see you all, and I'll see you later.